you as his mother, do you get girls come to you sometimes and say, you know, is this...
Everybody. I mean, he didn't have 4 or 5 negative DNAs with them in court thinking they're getting that big back pay. Yep, I done see they've been in court bringing their friends with them thinking they're getting that big back pay. And then the judge open up the paperwork and say negative. You know, it's just sad. I just don't understand. My mama always told me a woman should know who her baby daddy is.
I'll give you an introduction. Tell them who you are.
My name is Cynthia Dorsey, BG's mom, and I'm rocking with Video Wayne.
That is perfect. All right, we're gonna go right into it. Before we get into BG, of course, we want to give the world a piece of yourself as well, right? So we're gonna talk about Sin. And you from where originally?
I'm from Virginia, Portsmouth, Virginia.
Wow. Okay.
My dad was in the service, and my mom is from New Orleans. So when they got married, he moved, and she moved with him, and we was born out there.
Okay. How long? You have any memories of Virginia?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So you was there up until you like a teenager?
I was raised there.
Okay.
We got here when I was 14.
Big culture shock. Did you like New Orleans at all when you got here?
No, I tried to run away to go back because I mean I missed all my friends.
Yeah. Wow.
So.
Okay. How old were you when you met BG's dad?
I had to be 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 4 years, right? 4 years after that. Okay. How'd you guys meet?
One of my friends in the neighborhood. She introduced me. She was going with the brother, and she said, "I know somebody nice, just like you, cause you nice, and I want you to meet him." And that's how.
What'd you think of him?
No, he wasn't nice. He was nice though, but he wasn't that nice because I bust him messing with her sister.
Oh wow. You see BG in him?
Yes. Yeah. He looked exactly like his dad. They say he looked like me, but he looked like his dad. His back is made exactly like his dad and everything.
What about his ways? Mannerisms and...
No, his daddy was really mannerable. He would never would have been doing the things that my son, hanging out like that.
Okay.
No. He was in the church.
Okay. BG was in church?
No, BG was into church. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, his grandfather owned the church, so he was a little deacon in the church. He used to, when they catch him sleep in the church, they would make him get up and read in front of everybody in the church. So he know the Bible. BG know everything about the church.
Gotcha. And I know it's been said many times, but how old was BG when he passed?
About 12.
12 years old. And I know everybody wanted to believe it was violent. Anybody got shot, but he wasn't shot, right? BG's dad.
Yes, he was.
BG's dad was shot?
I think he was shot and beaten to death. He was a seaman at the time. He had came home. And I had let my son go over there I'm like, you got to go by your daddy because it's almost Thanksgiving time. You got to get your outfit and everything. So you going to spend a night by your daddy. Mm-hmm. My son had called me here and said, "Mom, I'm ready to come home." I said, "Why?" He said, "They got some guys that keep coming by my dad and saying they want to borrow some money. And he keeps saying, I'm gonna loan it to you, I'm gonna loan it to you." But I guess he took too long. They set him up and robbed him because he had just got off the boat, like a couple of days before that. And so when a seaman coming home with some money.
Yeah. All right,
so they beat him.
BG was there?
No, I went to get him. My son was so scared, he could have been dead. See, thank God I went to get him because I don't think he would have lived. Let's see. They beat his daddy so bad that he was living upstairs, and he ran through the with the balcony windows. He just ran through there and fell to the ground. He was able to run, but they chased him down near St. Charles Avenue, and I think they shot him down. It's been so long. Either he died from beating, or he was shot.
And this was probably somebody he knew.
It was. It was somebody he knew.
What was life for BG after that happened? I mean, did you notice a difference in him?
Yes, indeed. He's singing in his music. But he also sing it ain't Cynth's fault I turned out this way. But I think a lot of that played a part of his dad getting killed because they was really close.
And could you see his life when it started to take a turn after losing his dad?
Yeah. Yes.
And what did it start with when you started to see a turn? Like, what type of things
not wanting to go to school.
Okay.
I used to flag the police down. When I see him going another way, I would flag the police down and make him go into the building, into the school. But people knew I was a worrying mother in the neighborhood. They would always come tell me, Miss Cynthia, Chris not at school. I say, where he at? He's in such and such house. You need to go around there because we only telling you this because we know you want to know. So people would tell me when he cut, they would tell me everything in the neighborhood, what he doing.
And it's that whole single mother thing. I know they say it's almost impossible to raise to make him a man like that. But you know that's what comes to my mind when you're saying stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. The police in the neighborhood used to come by my house. I forgot his name. He sing about them police in his music, but he would always come because he knew I wanted this boy to go the right way. You know, anybody that was around me knew I wanted him to go the right way.
He was the only child?
No, Hakeem.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep, Hakeem.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So and he when he got into the music, you take your time. Good.
Thank
you. And I know on the other interview, right? I know you mentioned that how you got into it with Birdman, not got into it, but how you met him and how you actually came about with BG brought him about.
Yeah.
And so how you started to hear about him though? You know, when the music, I mean, were you, and at this time you guys was on Valance and Magnolia, not the Magnolia Project.
Right. We never lived in the Magnolia, but his dad was from the Magnolia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then he babying them in the Magnolia. Birdman, they was from Valance.
They was from Valance and they was from Milan and Galvez in that neighborhood. People own property in that area.
Okay.
The Valance and Magnolia, yes, baby was from there. From around there because his stepmother owned property around there, but his other people owned property on Galvez and Milan, and that's how we really met him in that area.
Okay, gotcha. And you said met them. They were somebody like the family were known. They were major people.
Oh yeah, well known.
There's and I'm not sure if you know anything about that, but there's an argument going on between a debate that says Birdman was a millionaire before he got into music.
Well, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, in the street.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And Birdman used to be in Skyview sometimes too, right?
Birdman would drive the bus up in Skyview like it was all good.
Yeah.
The tour bus. Yep. In Sky. I would have food set up waiting on them buffet style. They loved our cooking. The red up spot mama used to make the bell peppers. We had this buffet set up. All them cars would be out there. People was just looking.
And you say Skyview, for those who don't know, what is Skyview?
Skyview is a neighborhood in New Orleans East that it's terrible. It's terrible now. Yeah.
And what it was like then, when BG was coming up in there?
I thought it was nice when I moved around there until late in the evening came. Because see, when I went and tried to find a place, it was early in the daytime, so nobody was out. So I'm like, oh, yes, I got to move around here. But as soon as it got 3, 4, 5 o'clock, everybody was outside. Same thing I moved from. See, I run from that type of stuff.
And there's New Orleans East, and that's the place to be, right? At that time.
At that time, man, I thought so, because how nice the houses, you know, you're moving in luxury now.
Right.
Something like that. Yep.
Okay, and what was the first time BG ever really got in trouble? What was that?
The first time he ever got in trouble was when him and a guy named Mook was riding. He was dropping my son off to the studio down on Canal Street. And they got pulled over, and a gun was in the car. And my son was 16 at the time, and Mook was an adult. So they end up picking the charges up on my son and dropped that adult charge. Mook walked, and it was his gun. And Mook went to get the paperwork and everything. And the judge didn't want to go with the paperwork. There was a pink slip showing it was his gun. But he wouldn't go for it. I think he was racist. I don't care what nobody say. He was racist.
Was Doogie rapping at the time? Was he?
Cash Money and them was, yes, they was doing.
So they targeted.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, indeed.
Okay. Did that kind of start like an effect, like a trickle? What do they call it? Trickling effect of him getting into trouble and doing things? Because I don't see B.G. as a I don't see him like a bad person.
No, he's not bad.
I would say circumstances for him and maybe decisions,
Right. Yeah, he's not a bad person at all. The feds portrayed him to be bad because he wouldn't rap.
Yeah.
So I'm in the courtroom, they asking for 30 years. The judge saying, this is ludicrous. She didn't even listen to the DA. He asked for 30 years because he wouldn't rap. 30 years on that charge. She said, this is ludicrous. She wouldn't do it. She didn't listen. She didn't even listen to her. She just told him it's ludicrous.
Some good people in the world. There's a lot of, especially for the last few years, there's a lot of back and forth about when he was coming home. Could you say about?
Well, we was just trying to get him out. I mean, like any mother would try to do, constantly keep trying to get her son out. Have nothing to do with his 85% was going to be coming up soon anyway. That 85% time you re-released, it had nothing to do with that. We was going to work it till that 85, whether he got out or not, work it till that time comes. I mean, they was trying to get him out. And I mean, they was feeding us lies. You know how lawyers take your money and tell you they tight with the DA and all that, Lord.
Yep.
That's what that was about.
And as of now, I mean, because he's pretty.
As of now, he's very short. If his 12th year is in April.
Okay.
So I mean, you can really put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay.
I look at the comments. I see people. They want him to do the 14. You can tell what they saying. Man, he not getting out. They've been saying that for so long. Well, we've been trying to get him out for so long, regardless though he was gonna get out at the 85% anyway. We still was trying to get him out.
So April will be the 12 years.
April will be 12 years.
And that's 85%.
85%.
Okay. And technically and legally, that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
There's nothing to do. Right?
There's nothing nobody can do. They can hoop, holler, do whatever they want to do. Jump to the sky if y'all want to.
And I know it's been discussed before, but we talk about, coming from myself and giving it to my audience, we talk about plans for him when he come home. Does he talk about any?
Oh, he got, man, the stuff is already lined up for him. Yeah. I mean, it's so much that he's going to be doing. I can't even say, but I know it's a lot lined up for him. He's very blessed right now. That's all I can say.
You as his mother, do you get girls come to you sometimes and say, is this...
Everybody. I mean, he didn't have 4 or 5 negative DNAs with them in court thinking they're getting that big back pay. Yep, I done see they've been in court bringing their friends with them thinking they're getting that big back pay. And then the judge open up the paperwork and say negative. It's just sad. I just don't understand. My mama always told me a woman should know who her baby daddy is. So
you ever dealt with any drama behind that? With them coming to you like?
Oh Lord Jesus. Yep. Yes, I have.
Is it true that a grandmother could look at the grandbaby and say yeah or no? Just straight up by looking at it, saying, "Oh, this is not a yeah."
Yeah, sometimes for true, because they sometimes really have all the features. But then again, sometimes you can't.
I'm not saying negative or positively, right? I'm just saying realistically, the way things are. Would you change anything back then? Would you go back and maybe done something different, change things?
I didn't do anything wrong, so I don't think I would. Okay. I did everything. When I tell you, I can't even explain it, but I had a lot of support. And when he was going through his trials and tribulations with the drug thing, I had cash money on my back 100%. I didn't have to pay for the expensive rehabs where Natalie Cole was at. I didn't have to pay for where Britney Spears was at. He went to the best by Cash Money cutting them checks. So we didn't have a problem putting him nowhere. The money was there. And to me, he really wasn't really beat like they think because his money was going on rehabs. You know what I'm saying? That was his money. You know they're not going to cut their own money. You're cutting his money. You want to put him in? Yep, I want him to go in rehab. You sure? Because, I mean, he got to make his mind up himself. I'm like, I don't care. Let's put him in there. And me and my sister would fly there, and we would sit in there and tell our side of the story, and BG would tell his side, and we'll listen to all those other kids' stories. I mean, heartbreaking. Just to see all them rich kids in there. He was the only black in there.
Wow. Yeah.
Johnson and Johnson kids. You hear me? Yeah, I mean, rich people. Kids. Hearts busting in their sleep. It was something to hear.
Like OD and stuff.
Yep, I cried so bad in that rehab, they had to take me out.
And I'm sorry, you might have mentioned it, but what city was that? What was that?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, that was the one where Natalie Cole
Yeah.
was at. And no, it's one of them, somebody on your thing, a guy was in there with him in Minnesota. I was reading the comments. He said, I was in Minnesota with a lot of people like, man, you wasn't in there. Why wasn't he? They had so many rich white kids.
And how would he
in there.
know that? How would he know
Right.
he was there? So.
Right.
Here's an awesome way to go into yourself, right? And who you are, because you have your own movement, you have things that you're doing. But I put a video online and I titled it, "BG Mom is a Gangster." How did you feel about that? Honestly, like
Terrible.
Yeah.
I was so upset. I called everybody.
Yeah.
I called everybody. I dialed my sister first because I knew she got my back. She owned it. I called Gar. Everybody that say they knew you. I called everybody. They said, you don't even come off as a gangster. Wait a minute. How are we going to get this straight? But Maul and Carol took care of that, and it is straight.
Okay, gotcha. And the reason for that, right, the heavy reasoning for that is because if it's safe to say you want to separate yourself from the legacy, not the legacy because he is your son, isn't it? You know, that's
Right.
that's a beautiful thing, and I'm sure you're still gonna kind of, because the name, your brand, like what you're going off is Momma B.G. So it's still kind of, but you're sticking it in your own lane, right? And the importance of what you're doing is what? Like you're trying to bring awareness.
I want to hook up with all the mothers that children is strung out on them high-powered drugs. I want to hook up with them. I would love to hear their stories because it's hard. That there. I don't even know how he shook it.
Second, if you want to take a break, we can. Good. I gotta remember to have some tissue on hand.
God and you is how you shook, honey.
That was hard.
Some water. Some water.
Madam Marcus is working with those things. She was so Wayne, I want
And nobody wanted him on that. Nobody. There's no way baby them didn't want him on that. How they was gonna make money on him off of him if they wanted him on it? You see, they didn't want him on that.
And when you being a celebrity, you being a mother of a celebrity, and you speaking of these women, you talking about the mothers of other celebrities, or about the average woman?
It could be average. It could be anybody.
Man, give me a second. The power of BG, right? When you help people understand that he was gonna be the first coming out on Cash Money.
Yes, and I stand on that.
Yes.
Because I know for sure that's how that went.
Because he really built it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's common sense. I couldn't be lying about that. Come on now. He was supposed to drop.
Yeah.
He know that. Yeah.
And everything happens for a
He
reason.
would have put him on the national level first, but I mean, at least they went on it with Juvie, and he did it big, you know. But
what would have been BG's leading song?
I think Cash Money is Army. Because when he got out, that's what they was doing, working with. Cash Money is Army. Yeah, and that went big. I didn't really like it because I'm old school, but the world loved it.
If there was their initial song, just like it would have did the same. Because it was fresh, like it was new. They hadn't heard that style. They hadn't heard nothing like that before. Han just took the place of it. It was gonna do the same thing. I think it was do the same thing. And you come with something. You come with the bling bling, right? Just as heavy. I mean, that got put into a wordplay forever. Now that's a word in the dictionary.
That video was $450,000
to shoot it. Damn.
They spent that kind of money on that video. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think it was. Yeah, that's when Hype Williams was in the game, and they was charging like that for the.
They was rolling. I don't know why they spent that kind of money on a video, but they did.
Cause now, man, they buy some bud,
right?
Maybe get you a girl or something for that night, and come on, let's get this over with, That's why I don't do them. But wow, yeah, they changed that game. They changed that game big time. Damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How do you him adjusting to the world? But that's kind of what the halfway house was too, right? To help him kind of gradually get back into.
And I think he'll every day when he leave out his studio, he'll be in the studio. But I know he's gonna get his hygienes together first. That's the first thing he's doing. Is doing that.
You say his hygienes.
Teeth, getting his pressure, getting everything physical checked. Cause he say, "Ma, they be checking me in here. Stop worrying about all that." But no, he need a complete physical when he get out, because you've been back there 12 years, so you need a complete physical.
Yeah, that's basic. Yes, indeed.
So I'm not gonna be happy until he get the physical.
Man, I'm gonna touch up on it again because I hated to go back in this corner, but what came to my mind was the things that would help him stay away from it is maybe not like getting away from some of the things that put him in that place. So I was thinking maybe if the studio, if he go back in the studio, he would want that same feel, But here's my question.
He's addicted to the studio, though. Okay. He's addicted to the studio. Yeah,
he's talking about from here.
Yeah, he's addicted. He's not gonna want to. He gonna want to live in it.
He started rapping at 19 years old, 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah,
young, but he's addicted to the studio. Yeah. Everything is studio. So
that's where the work is.
But he still said he's not gonna do it much longer.
And that's what I was going to ask you. I wasn't even asking that to go back into
he got artists. He want to put artists.
Okay, that's where I was going. Is there anything else that he was interested in doing besides rapping?
He want to put artists out. He want to make somebody big.
Yeah. Is there anybody he have in mind that he want to work with?
Man, the talent is in jail.
Oh wow.
When I tell you, he say, "Ma, the talent is so good back here." Wow. I say, "Well, when they getting out?" But several he want to sign, and I know they got a lot of talent in there. That's where it's at.
Cause they get back and they got that time to focus in.
Yep, and they good, but they gotta finish their time. But in the meantime, I think he may have some other artists out already that he want to sign. Okay. Try to get them a deal, cause that's the type of person he is. He gonna try to get somebody a deal. I would care for my artists.
Would you say Birdman care for his artist B.G. and
yeah. Oh yes, indeed. He loved my son. He still love him. I know he do. Do
you guys have a relationship where you talk sometimes?
Yeah, he calls.
Okay. And what's that like?
Me. Just basically saying, "Sid, get ready. We about to do this thing again." That was his words. "Get ready. We about to do this thing again." Yep, and basically said you can start looking for whatever you want to look for now. So you already know what that is. Start looking now, he says.
Okay. Does BG share stories about what it's like in jail for him?
He just loved all the real OGs back there. Okay. And his thing is, man, when I get out, I got my OGs back here, man. I'm not forgetting them. He done gave everybody my number, so they calling me 24/7, checking on him, cause he done moved. They miss him, so.
Here's a good one too. Like you ever, and even in the past, maybe cause it's the life of a rapper, right? You hear the life of a rapper is kind of hard, kind of things can happen, and it's kind of crazy for him. You ever worried for him?
Yes, indeed. I worry about that every day. He tell me everything is good, but he's gonna tell me what I want to hear. He's not gonna tell me what's going on back there. And when I don't hear from him, I go crazy. You know, you don't be knowing what's going on. Right. And I have my sister to email him, and they'll email back and say he doing good. But I mean, we can't go by that.
Right.
But then they'll have him to call. They'll let him call.
Okay.
Because she say the mother is very worried. She haven't heard from him in weeks, and he'll call.
With him being a celebrity, does he get any like special treatments or any?
No, they not letting him. When he first went in, he was getting special treatment, but they caught on to all of that, and nope, not him. Everybody else in there, but not him.
And that's a federal jail, right? Okay.
Everybody walking around with a phone, but him. He get caught with one. He going in the hole.
Yeah, it's the same thing for like when you
and
say.
If somebody get busted with one in there, they ratting, and he going in the hole because he ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, they know he ain't gonna say nothing.
He's the one going in the hole. They not going. He going. Because they figured he done put them up to it.
Yeah, it's that thing like you said in the beginning with the dude.
Control, and they figured he got the pull to do anything. But when he first went in, they was fixing him gumbo. He did have the pull, but they caught on to it. He was eating good, but they caught on to it. He had had him ironing his clothes, had him making his bed, he had him doing everything. Them people watched all that and let it build up. Let it build up.
What was visiting like?
Horrible. They sit us right up there by them. I say, now all these people, they by the window, they back there. Why we gotta sit here? They looking in our mouth, trying to see what we saying. I can't stand it. I don't even like going, but I mean, I go just to be, because I gotta go, but other than that, I don't like it. They puts us right in front of their station. I'm like, why we gotta be in front of the station? He ain't gonna do nobody nothing.
Man, they like, so that lets you feel like you're being watched, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, out of all the people in there, every time I visited him, we're sitting the desk right there, and we sitting right there. You can't talk good because they looking in your mouth.
Or everything's somebody trying to slide or something.
That's what I think they be thinking. And then you go to the bathroom, they coming right behind. You'll send somebody in there seeing if you leaving something in there.
Yeah, that's that. And it was crazy. They still have people doing it. Like
they have girls doing it. Girls is doing it for them boys. Yep.
Well, that'll be a cold ass documentary right there. How they getting that stuff in there.
I don't know how they getting it. They crazy. I know that.
Hey, earlier too, when I asked, I'm glad you took it where you took it. But earlier when I asked, I said you feared for his life. I was actually speaking of him being like in the streets, like when he on tour and he out there, and maybe he was a target. Not a target, but him being a rapper, like, you know.
Yes, that's one of the most dangerous. That's one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, is being a rapper.
You ever get those long nights where you afraid you might get that call or something crazy?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You express that to him? You guys talk about that, maybe? You and B.G.?
He always say he good, but they always gonna say that.
Yeah, Young Greatness mom said the same thing.
Yeah.
She just kept saying, I'm good. I'm like, don't worry about it, you know.
I'm more scared for him now being released than I was when he was out. Now, it's worse now. The fat, even though he clean, it's too easy to get that in your system, because you know why? It's one pill can bust your heart. One pill, all it takes is one, and you gone. I'm scared. I ain't lying. The closer it get, I'm scared.
What does he say about it when you express yourself about that? He tell you got it.
Man, I'm not never touching that. I'm not doing that. I'm not. You ain't got to worry about that.
Because isn't there a way to get it in jail too? Like if you really wanted to do.
They got it in there.
Yeah.
It's in there.
So
he just can't touch it because they pissing him every time. You know what I'm saying? He can't touch it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
They pissing him.
Yeah. So what happens if they piss him and they find him dirty? He get more time.
He going in the hole, and they may add some more time on.
Okay.
Because I think they may have added a couple of months on to him for having a dirty urine before. Yep. And I think it was marijuana, but he wasn't supposed to have that.
Yeah, yeah. But don't that say something to you though? I mean, I kind of do. you know, because
it's scary.
Because an addiction is so strong. They at that time, I'm at the time, but right now I'm about to do me.
Yep.
So that says something.
I think he's strong now because he know he at the end. I don't think he's touching anything. He's not gonna touch it. He not. He says he in the corner. Mom, I'm in the corner. He said I'm staying out the way. I'm short. My counselor say you're gonna be released soon. So it's up to you. It's really up to him.
Mm-hmm. When you first get out, he'll be in a halfway house situation.
Yes, going straight to a halfway house.
And there won't be no probation or anything involved.
I don't know. They may lean. They may string him along because I mean, it's something about him that he didn't do for them, and I'm telling you, he may come out on paper. I'm not sure. I hope he don't, but I don't trust it.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but does BG still get rap checks, like money from rap? As far as you can say next question, no problem.
Next question.
Gotcha, no problem. All right. Any plan? Oh, you talk about that in the last one too. But does he talk about connecting him back with Cash Money? Or you said with the Hot Boy reunion?
Yeah.
Is that a such thing that they
him
talk
and
about?
Baby
that?
already did they connect?
So the world hearing this right now, they're gonna say BG Mom said there's gonna be a Hot Boy reunion.
It is a Hot Boy reunion, and he's with Cash Money again. I mean, it is what it is.
Maybe 2023, probably into 22.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
He is back with Birdman.
No Limit just did it, right?
Yeah. Oh, they doing it. They doing the Cash Money Hot Boy tour.
Yeah.
Yes, they definitely doing it. Baby told me that itself. Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you know, but is Turk gonna be involved?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
I just don't think so. I don't know why, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I just don't know. I don't know.
Is there anything that you feel the world should know, or that we didn't touch upon that you feel like that you want to put out there?
I just want the world to know whoever's going to be working with my son be genuine, because he's a genuine, good-hearted person.
Here's where I was going. For all the people that paint a picture of Birdman being a monster, right? Not everybody paint that picture, but for whatever reason they'll paint him being that aggressive guy or whatever. Is there anything that you can give us as far as his character and who he is and who would you say he is?
One thing I could tell you, he bought the mama. He bought your mother.
Okay.
And that's what I really love about him, because he's about your mother. Man, he's your mama. I done seen him fuss at my son thousands of times about, man, you got your mama going crazy. He said, look at her, she losing weight. You know, look at your mama, bruh. You know, and he would drop his head, you know, but Birdman is about the mother. I want that to be known. He about your mama.
Gotcha.
Because he takes care of his stepmother. Okay. But he's about your mother.
That's Miss Gladys. She's still with us? Or she's passed?
Yeah. No, okay. She's here. She's
How is she as far as character? Her and Birdman's pretty close.
Real nice. Yes, they very close.
She got the bar and you know.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
They good. She good. They good.
Yeah. She's part. That's personal. But I was like, she's part of that second line club, like a second line group or something.
No, I think that's Soldier Mama.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Lady Buck Jumpers. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that's Birdman's stepmom. You say?
Yeah.
Okay. It's real. He never had, but he lost.
She
his
passed. Yeah. He was
age.
young. Yeah.
Okay. Were you around at that time? Did you guys know each other? Okay.
No.
Gotcha. What about Slim? You ever talk to Slim lately?
I haven't talked to him in years, but he's I can't say a thing about Slim. One of the nicest people I ever met. Yep. You go to him if you need something, you got it on the spot.
Man, that's powerful.
Yeah, you got it on the spot.
Yeah. Are you talking to other celebrity mothers maybe that where you kind of?
I haven't talked with any yet, but I know sooner or later somebody they're gonna be reaching out.
Is there anybody that you see sometimes that you would like to work with or get close to as far as your vision and mission?
I'm not sure, because I don't think I heard them say they child was on drugs or anything. Okay. So I don't know. A lot of people don't like talking about it, but I learned to talk about it. I just don't let nobody down him for it.
Yeah, you said you gave everybody your number, huh? Okay.
Yeah, the whole hood had my number from when he was out in that world. I gave everybody my number in the hood. I mean, and my phone used to ring. Miss Cynthia, he ODing right now. He's asleep at the red light. He's, you know what I'm saying? I had to put that number out there.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that was important that you have it out there.
I got a call that he was on St. Charles Avenue at that little breakfast spot. What's the name on St. Charles? Trolley Stop. I heard he was having a seizure in there. Just somebody knew me. Called my phone and said, Cynthia, I don't mean to bother you, but your son is having a seizure right now. They working on him in the trolley stop. I didn't know which way to turn. I was stuck.
You said trolley stop, that's a train call?
It's what the breakfast spot.
Oh, that's the name of the restaurant. Gotcha.
Yeah, from everything.
Spot no more than me.
I just went out there case.
Spot no more than me.
Yeah, what up?
So what do you think?
I know so much of Stiff because he used to be riding with Doogie too. He used to be riding with Doogie too. He knows some shit.
I know some shit.
Yes, he do.
It's nothing I can say.
Yeah,
You doing a great job right there. Ain't nothing I can say.
The only thing they told me is that when I used to leave, Doogie used to let them come in my house and used to be saying if a crumb is. If we see a crumb, my mama gonna know somebody been in here because it was so neat and clean, and I would know. I would know somebody. They used to clean up right quick before I got home.
But he would still do it.
Yeah, he still would let them in. Yeah, but Spot started ratting after he got 18. Man, Miss Cynthia used to be right in our house while you riding all over looking for him.
He said it wasn't golf right there. Wasn't that same area with y'all?
God was right 2 doors from us.
Yeah, those from us.
Yeah, Scott. I used to like Scott. It was no offense. It was kind of like the project to me though.
It was.
There was so many people there. There was so many people
I'm
around.
telling you, late Hakeem had a basketball goal. Remember that basketball goal? It was drawing people from all over. But I used to sit out there in a chair and they would be fighting and everything. I don't know who. They would start fighting. Basketball cause fights, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they would be fighting. I say, know what? I'm taking that goal down. It's not. But they would come every day. But eventually, I had to get rid of that goal. It was drawing people from other areas.
I think I have a video of that goal up there too. I think I have a video when that.
You gotta be kidding.
Or pictures or something.
That was Hakeem. That was Hakeem.
Remember that
goal.
Unless I was just around there and I just remember seeing the goal, you know. Wow. Okay. So y'all spot was kind of like the magnet spot. Like everybody, I'm sure everybody wanted to be around your house, right?
Oh yeah. They hung with everybody. Doogie hung with everybody. Rode in his vehicle. Yep.
How old was he when he started driving?
About 14, 15.
Oh, wow, okay. Because I remember when we...
His first car was a 929.
And he was in the back with them girls?
Remember that 929? The first one was a 929. Then the F-150.
No, the first car was a Grand Am. The third car was a 929.
Okay. Wait, the Grand Am that he got in the wreck on the bridge?
Yeah, that was the first car.
And somebody called me and said, Miss Cynthia, I think that's Doogie's vehicle on the bridge banged up. Yeah. And I said, Lord Jesus, where's my child? Where's my child? He told me that he said I got in the wreck, but it knocked me to the back. But a girl was following me. I just got out and got in the vehicle with her and left the scene and left the car there. Well, Birdman had insurance on it and he had it towed.
If it's okay, so we talked about. He said he bought you a Benz one time. You didn't want it.
I never did want no high flashy cars.
Did you mention that because you were there for me?
I always wanted.
That you bought
what
your
I
Benz
always
with.
wanted, Spot.
He said that. He said
bring that shit back.
I'm not like
Can
that.
you tell us that story?
I'm low key. They always wanted to buy me a Benz, baby. All of them. They said, Cynthia, you embarrassing us. You driving in the Camry. We all driving these good cars, but I never wanted that.
But why was that?
I don't know. I just never.
Too much attention?
No, I'm the type of person I am probably. Just regular.
Yeah, I hear you on
Even
that
if I
too.
become a millionaire, I don't think I want a big flashy car.
You would still do your Camry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll get the updated one.
Gotcha. we gonna sell some cars on this one, right?
Yep.
You gonna give us a free car or something?
You, oh
This
Lord.
video do a meal.
They begging
gotta get
her
some.
to get a Benz.
Oh
She
Jesus.
got what she wanted.
Yeah,
Got
they
what she
big.
wanted.
I used to drive his, remember?
Yeah.
I say I don't need it. I'm gonna drive these, and then I just people will follow me in that. The police will pull me over and say, "Where your son at?" And I say, "Why? I mean, is he wanted?" No, but he out here. He out here on that stuff, and you need to get him right or whatever. I'm like, y'all pulling me over. You're not gonna ask for the insurance and or nothing like. They ain't want none of that. They just wanted him to harass him.
Damn. You think something happened that made him a target like that? Or?
Hanging around the wrong people.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then it makes him an interest. It makes him
Yeah.
of interest. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Damn.
And I think they think he was so weak that he would tell them just a lot. But they just didn't know. He's not built like that.
Damn. Yeah. He showed him.
Yeah.
And he's probably the only example in the world.
Wow.
Because there's nobody else that's ever not told.
Wow.
That's going on in history. I mean, right? I mean, I know that y'all can tell me somebody else that hung in there and ain't say nothing. I don't know nobody else. He's a prime example of it. So
No rapper.
no rapper, right? Yeah, I don't think about nobody. Period. People that had the opportunity that did, you know.
I think that's why he doing this time, because he ain't telling.
Yeah. That's
But we're
why.
here and we still talking about him, you know. And he got a legacy, whether he like it or not. See, that's the thing. They can't do nothing about that,
Right.
you know.
Right.
They can't take back what he already did. There's no
Right.
way you can erase that. So even 20 years from now, it's gonna still be intriguing to people. People still gonna be talking about it.
Yeah.
Talking about BG and what happened, and you know, like it's fresh, like it just happened, you know. You know, so we want to tell them about your YouTube page as well. Give them the YouTube page.
Yes, my YouTube page is Momma B.G. No, yeah, Momma B.G. And
What's some of the things they can expect coming from the channel that you're gonna have?
I'll be telling them some funny little chronicles that I've been through with BG,
Okay.
and that I know they're gonna want to hear. So they'll be like, "No, I know she didn't."
So some unique stuff they can't find no other way. But
Right.
Momma G.
Exactly.
Okay.